Good evening again. Today is Tuesday, August the 18th, 2020. It is 6:30, and we're at the RGCCISD Faith Center. I'm going to call this meeting to order. I'm going to do a roll call. Dr. B? Mr. Garcia?
Present.
Mrs. Lopez?
Here.
Mr. Castillo?
Here.
Mr. Villarreal?
Present.
Mr. Ramirez?
Present.
And Eleazar Velasquez, myself, present as well. Mr. Ramirez, can you help us out with the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez.
You're welcome.
Section 3, approval of minutes for a special board meeting July the 13th and regular board meeting August the 4th. Do we have a motion on Section 3?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the minutes of the special board meeting on July 13th of the year 2020 and the regular board meeting on August 4th of the year 2020.
We have a motion by Mr. Villarreal. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Castillo. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Section 4, public forum. No? Nothing? Ms. Garza?
No.
Section 5, recommending approving the consent agenda. The board has agreed to discuss the following items.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the consent agendas presented in our board packet. That would be item 1, item 2, item 3, and item 4.
We have a motion by Mr. Villarreal. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ramirez. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Item 5, consider and take possible action on resolution to adopt the proposed 2020 tax rate.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve item 5 as presented, item 6 as presented, but instead of $20, that we move to $40 for our employees. Item 7 is presented, item 8 is presented, item 9 is presented, item 10 is presented, item 11 is presented, item 12 is presented, item 13 is presented, item 14 is presented, item 15 is presented, item 16 is presented, item 17 with the exclusion of EI local because they told me that that's not ready. Item 18 as presented on our board, and I don't want to be repetitive, but there are some of these things that are there. You can kick them out with school board and superintendent domains of school board and superintendent relations, UIL academics, athletics, law enforcement, facilities, transportation, human resources and employment protocol, procurement, and communication with RGCCISD and employees. And if some of them are already there, just kick them out, Vilma, if you understand what I'm trying to say. If some of these things are in your domains, just kick them out. Item 19, item 20, item 21, item 22, item 23, item 24, and item 25.
We have a motion by Mr. Villarreal. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Castillo. Any discussion? The policy EI local, Dr. Salinas.
We excluded that one, correct, Mr. Salinas?
We excluded.
Yeah,
that.
we did.
Well,
Yes, sir.
because it's not ready.
The recommendation, Mr. President, members of the board, is to leave EIO local, TASB policy recommendation. We feel that the current EI local is in the best interest of our children, what we have now. That is the grading policy for first semester and second semesters are average to pass for the year. And what TASB is recommending at this time in meeting with the superintendent and her cabinet, we feel that what we have in place is better than what TASB is recommending. Yes, sir. So
Okay.
recommendation is to leave it out.
You agree with that, Ms. Garza?
Yes, sir, we do.
Excuse me, we can't hear you.
EI local, TASB recommendation talks about a 3-week failing versus a whole semester. So we average the first semester and the second semester to get a final grade. So that's our recommendation, to stay with the policy that we have.
Still can't hear you.
What was that, Dr. B?
She can't hear you.
You keep breaking up.
What was your question, Dr. B?
I'm sorry, we're trying to hear the reason why the one item was rejected, right? But you keep breaking up.
EI, we're recommending not to approve EI as recommended by TASB, because what we have in place benefits our children more than the recommendation by TASB. We have it by semester 1, semester 2, and we average both to get a final grade.
And that's the way the motion reads. We're leaving that one out.
Yes, sir.
We have a second?
Any more discussion? We have a motion by Mr. Villarreal, second by Mr. Castillo.
Yes, sir.
By Mr. Castillo. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Anything on section 6, Ms. Garza?
No, sir.
Okay, under authority of the Texas Government Code, section 551.071-551.084, we now headed to closed session. It is 6:37. Okay, it is 6:53. We're back in open session. Do we have a motion for item B?
Mr. Superintendent, I recommend that we approve item B and C, and the recommendation that Superintendent Vilma Garza made on a certain individual. That's my motion. I think there's only one individual, correct?
That's
There were
correct.
Two individuals.
Two individuals.
Okay, with the two individuals that Ms. Garza presented, as presented with the two individuals she presented in executive session.
Motion by Mr. Villarreal, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Castillo. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Villarreal. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Castillo. All in favor, raise your right hand. Meeting is adjourned. 6:54.